Nigeria is a country of double standards. Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court again tomorrow, being 19th day of March 2024. For me, I do not see any reason why Nnamdi Kanu will not be released or be bailed tomorrow. Come to think of it, the Supreme Court has ruled that he did not jump bail. Then, the reason why he's being held in DSS custody is because they alleged that he jumped bail. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen tomorrow in the court, because the level of the double standard in Nigeria is too obvious. It is obvious, and that is nursing all these secession groups. Talk about the Yoruba Nation agitation, talk about the Biafra Nation agitation, the Niger Delta, and so on and so forth, because this country is not in unity. They don't rule. The government, the federal government, don't use one hand to administer everybody in the country. The way they treat the Northerners is totally different from the way they treat people from the West, from the South, from the East, from the Middle Belt. I know that so many people might not like what I'm saying, but sometimes it is important we just speak the truth as it is. Now, what is going on in Delta State is disheartening. We totally condemn the killing of the 16 soldiers. It shouldn't have happened, and there is no reason why such a thing should happen. But the soldiers as well don't have any reason to continue to raise the community, burn houses, do all sorts of things against the people, chase the people away out of the town. It is not allowed. So soldiers don't have any reason to do what they are doing. Because when I saw the letter of Tinubu addressing to the defense chief that they should mobilize the soldiers to Delta State and make sure they fish out those people, and one of the first persons that condemned it, because that is not the work of the soldier. This was how they created monsters from across the nation. Now, let me talk about this IPOB and Biafra agitation. This was all about blowing whistle, marching on the street. You have never seen them carrying stick. The highest thing they do is to blow whistle and march on the street to protest peacefully until they still send this soldier. So, I don't understand. There is a misplacement of priority. What's police supposed to do? They will send soldiers to do it. And that is totally spoiling this nation. And I think it is important we begin to realize that we don't have a nation any longer. Now, what is their fear? So many of them talks about releasing Nnamdi Kanu will create tension in Nigeria. Well, I don't know about that. The tension is going to create is the tension of falsehood in Nigeria. The tension of illegality. Those people who are doing the illegal things, those people who are not, serving Nigeria because they want Nigeria to unite, just because of their selfish reasons. So these people will not be comfortable with the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, especially the so-called Igbo politicians. So many of them are the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu has not been released up to today, because they believe that once Nnamdi Kanu is released, he becomes number one political and cultural figure. You don't talk about any other person. The first person is Nnamdi Kanu. People respect him. Why? Because he opens the people's eyes. He tells them the truth. So it is a sad reality to see that he has not been released. I don't see the crime he committed that would make him to be in DSS custody up to now. And that is why I am anticipating his release tomorrow. Now, considering the reason why so many people are urging the federal government or sponsoring his detention, prolonging it up till now in DSS custody, is because they believe that once Nnamdi Kanu is out now, then when he's doing the agitation again, you don't have anything to hold him again because the court has freed him. That is the fear of the federal government, because once the court now frees Nnamdi Kanu, they said you did not commit crime. Self-determination is not a crime. As far as you are doing it under the ambit of the law, that bail you did not jump it as said by the Supreme Court. If they release him, Nnamdi Kanu will now have the full force to continue this agitation. That is the fear. That is the reason why the federal government are afraid. That is the reason why all politicians are afraid of this. But you know what? That is where we are heading to, because it's not only Nnamdi Kanu that is agitating that Nigeria should go into regional government or should go in their separate ways, or should, throw away this constitution and have a new one, or conduct a referendum. It's not only Nnamdi Kanu that is agitating. So many people are agitating. So many people are talking about this. So many people want this to happen. So it's so unfortunate when I see so many people, behaving as if they don't even know what it means to be nation. Sometimes I don't blame them because I believe that some persons has now traveled up to 6 countries, up to 3 countries, 10 countries in the world to see what a country means. So many people believe that, as Nigeria is, that is just how a nation is. Never. You won't call Nigeria a country or nation if you have traveled to so many places in the world, because the way they treat people, the way they do their justice system, I'm talking about lawlessness. Now, since Tinubu assumed office as the president, Tinubu has been going from around the world looking for investors. Have you seen any investor coming into Nigeria? Absolutely no. Tinubu won't draw investors into Nigeria now. The reasons he will not do that, one is this judicial system. Before any investor will come to Nigeria, now look at what they did to Binance. They invited them for a meeting and they locked them up. They did not even give them the opportunity to have their own lawyer, let lawyer defend them, let them be bailed, and let them take the case to Nigerian court. They just locked them up. So before people will come into your country to invest or to do all sort of things, they will understand your legal system. Because you can wake up tomorrow and take all their belongings, everything that belongs to them, you can take it. And if they go to court, the court will throw their case away. So many people are afraid about this. That is why so many people are not interested in coming to Nigeria now. They saw what transpired at the Supreme Court, at the Court of Appeal during the presidential election. It was a sham. Now, come to take off the insurgency happening, the banditry, the kidnapping. Which investor will come into a country that the primary school, the secondary school don't have roof, and bandits will come in a broad daylight, abduct 300 children, and they will go freely? And president will not do a national speech, will not address the nation, will not send military there. Then they will just keep mute and say he will not pay ransom and he will not negotiate with them. Who will come into a country like that? Who will come to invest into education system where these countries are like this? Now, if you are talking about people who wanted to come and invest into what is it called? Foodstuffs, commodities, foods that they eat, consumables. Qatar said that they were interested in coming to Nigeria to invest in consumables. Now, the consumable has to do with the agriculture and also the sales of food, both imported and the one they will make in this country. But the problem that Qatar are facing now is that after promising that they are coming to invest in consumables, they begin to see people from Abuja to Kano to Katsina to Niger, different places, they are looting food because of hunger. So who is going to come into your country? In a country where people are looting trucks. So what about if they import food into Nigeria and they are taking their food to their warehouse? What is going to happen? People will do their food, they will shut. People are seeing what is going on in Nigeria and they won't come. How can they invest in agriculture where all the whole farmers are running out of farm because of insecurity? They can't pay ransom. How can they invest in agriculture? So I'm just using binoculars to look Nigeria, whether the leaders even know what they are doing. Now, they say CBN released 100 billion naira to buy fertilizer. Who do they release the money to? Who owns the contract? Why do they release it direct to one person to buy the fertilizers? Which farm are they going to apply the fertilizer? The farm the bandits are controlling, or be the farm that the citizens are controlling? So these are the issues that are facing Nigeria. So if Nigeria really want to see tomorrow because of all these things that are going on, I think they should focus on tackling the insecurity and making sure that they release someone like Nnamdi Kanu. All the whole political prisoners, I'm happy that Omonde Sowore has been released and he has come back to the US. Free everybody. It is not a force to be together in one country.